fine. Whatever. So welcome back to my channel. I know. It's been like a month now. If y'all follow me from TikTok, then you guys already know what's been going on with me. I feel like I say it every time I come back. There's always something going on. But this time, if y'all don't know, I've been dealing with fibroids, trying to get like a game plan on how I'm going to handle that. It's on my uterus, all that jazz. So it's just a lot, okay? And I can't show up the way that I'm showing up now when I have all this stress. Like I can't be on 10 when I'm dealing with all these other problems, if that makes sense. So yeah, charge it to my mind and not my heart. But anyways, this is the Reddit mess where I read a bunch of Reddit stories. I'm also going to start incorporating other people's like anonymous stories that they sent to me in here. So we're gonna have a ha ha kiki moment. I will be giving my unsolicited advice because that's what I do. And yeah, the topic for today will just be about marriage, because why not? Why not? Let's get married. Okay, so the first subreddit is, am I the asshole? The question is, am I the asshole for my reaction when I learned that my fiance returned my wedding dress and replaced it with the one his mom picked for me? Let's go ahead and get into it. So anyways, my fiance is 33 male. And I am 28 female. We're getting married in December. She's the intrusive type, but she's nice overall, and we somewhat get along. I hate to admit that wedding planning has been an absolute nightmare. His mom wasn't willing to agree on most things, and my fiance said that since he's her only son, then I should respect and appreciate the vision she has for the wedding and how it should be. I'm sorry, pause for the phone. At the end of the day, last time I checked, you proposed to me, not your mom. This is our wedding. So we should have our own opinions about our wedding. And it's okay to have a few little commentary from the peanut gallery, but her vision should not be affecting the process of our wedding. Does that make sense? Please, anyone that's watching this, let me know in the comments if you feel as though the mom and her vision should be able to dictate what's going on. Please let me know. But last time I checked, you're marrying me, buddy. You and I'm going to be walking down the aisle, not your mama. So anyways, she insisted to come along for wedding dress shopping. I took her with me and my mom and friends. I was so lucky to have found what I was looking for, but she picked a dress that she liked so much and said that she always pictured her son's bride in it. Mom and friends thought this line was creepy. I thought the dress was somewhat creepy and totally not my type. I apologized and thanked her for her vision, but told her that I already decided on a dress that I had envisioned myself wearing at my wedding. That's right, at your wedding. She got all pissy because of it, apparently. Then must have told my fiance because he came home in the evening ranting about how I made his mom upset and turned down her help in choosing the wedding dress and excluded her from the process. I asked, what process? Duh, it's just a wedding dress, my wedding dress, so I really don't get how she should say anything at all. He got upset and said that this attitude of mine isn't working on him or his mom. He said that I should consider the dress his mom wanted me to buy, especially knowing that both dresses weren't that much different anyways. Like she said, but I told him, yes, they were different, like much different. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I have to say this because I know I'm going to forget later on. Another thing that's standing out to me is the simple fact that the mom, she has all these opinions about this damn dress, but she's not the one that's buying it. The girl, the fiance, is the one that's buying it. So baby, if you can't even pay for what it is that you're envisioning, you don't get to have any commentary. You don't get to have an input here because I'm the one that's paying for this damn dress. I don't care about your vision. Your vision isn't paying for the wedding. Now I can proceed forward. So anyways, we argued about it and then we dropped it. Yesterday I came home and found out that he had returned my wedding dress and replaced it with the one his mom wanted. I called him and he was straightforward about what he did and why he did it. I lost it and started screaming at him. He asked me to calm down and really give this dress a chance. I refused to even listen. I screamed at him without giving him a chance to speak. He got home and we had an argument. I then went to stay with one of my friends and he kept calling and then texting saying that I overreacted and it's his wedding too. So it wasn't cool how I screamed at him. He insisted I give this dress a chance. He went on and on about how his mom has a vision and good intentions and just wants what was best for me as her future daughter-in-law. Mom is livid and has been wanting to go scream at him and his mom, but my dad said that this isn't worth ruining my relationship with my in-laws. He suggested I wisen up and go with the flow. But is it too much for me to be able to pick my own wedding dress without being guilted about it just to keep the peace? Am I the asshole for my reaction? Hell no. If anything, I would be really looking at this as this is a red flag. To me, this is a red flag. The fact that he's putting so much energy into trying to convince his fiance to pick a wedding dress that she does not feel comfortable in. Last time I checked, I'm going to go back to what I originally said. You proposed to me. I will be walking down the aisle with you. And on my day, I should be feeling like the most beautiful bride ever. You have a lot of people that grow up thinking about what their wedding is going to look like, the venue, what it's going to look like, the dress, how it's going to fit, how you're going to feel. She didn't like the damn dress that your mother chose. So why would you have your fiance wear something that she doesn't feel comfortable in? Wear something that she won't feel beautiful in? And it's y'all's big day. And I don't like the fact that he tried to guilt her by saying, okay, this is my wedding too. Okay, yeah, this is your wedding too. You're picking out your own suit. Is anyone dictating that? We can have an opinion about the venue. You can have an opinion about the flowers, if there's going to be, damn flowers. You can have opinion about where the venue will be at. You can have the opinion about who we're going to have there, but you don't get to have an opinion about my wedding dress. And the fact that he did it behind her back, like literally took the dress and took it back to pick out the dress that his mother had, like who is that really making happy here? Because it's not making me happy. So yes, that really is a big red flag for me because you're too worried about your mom's happiness and not about my happiness. And I feel like if this is just a preview of what it's going to look like once they say I do, I think she should really think long and hard about what that means to be married in that family and who really is going to be calling the shots. Because the vibe that I'm getting here is his mom is going to be like, I don't like this. He's going to jump, going to ask her, how high do I need to jump? And she's just going to dictate their relationship all for the sake of her daughter-in-law and having this damn vision and whatever else hell excuse they're going to be coming up with. I'm really surprised the dad is saying just go with it. Don't ruin, the relationship that you have with your in-laws. You can only bite your tongue for so long. Like, this is a temporary fix. And the fact that the mom is showing her true colors from day one, and you guys haven't said I do yet, baby girl, really think about what it is that you're getting ready to do. There is, I guess people were asking questions. So I guess someone asked her what type of dress it was. She responded, the dress she picked wasn't all too crazy, but it just wasn't my type. And to be honest, she shouldn't even have to explain that. It doesn't matter what type of dress it was. It wasn't her type. It wasn't the dress that she envisioned. That wasn't the dress that she felt comfortable in. That wasn't the dress that she felt beautiful in. Why does that matter? The hell? Anyways, then the second thing she addresses is the issue started during wedding planning, and there were other things like too many things we didn't agree on, but the vision has been there for quite a while. Oh, and then she goes on to answer, I am paying for the dress, obviously. So then that really just goes back to what I was saying. If you're paying for the dress, you and your vision is not paying my bills, babe. If you want me to wear this dress, you pay for the dress. I'm still going to wear, that would be a cute little compromise. Like, okay, I can wear this picture. What the hell? I can wear the dress that you envisioned to take a couple of pictures in for you to make you happy, but I'm going to go back into the main dress. That would be a cute little compromise if the mom was going to be funding out some dollars. And then she addresses, my fiance's dad is deceased. I'm glad someone asked that because it kind of sounded like the mom had too much time on her hands and no one in the household to kind of rein her in. Because it seemed like she didn't have a man. So, and I'm not trying to be a bitch, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Anyways, his mom also suffered from multiple health conditions. So, has no daughters but only one son. That's sad. Again, that really is sad. But at some point in time, her fiance needs to be able to draw the line. He needs to be able to draw the line with his mom. He needs to be more bendable, basically. He needs to be more bendable and not expecting his wife to bend with him, because that's going to be a recipe for disaster. And then the update is he's still persisting for her to wear this damn dress. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, because baby, this is too much. So the next subreddit is still the same subreddit. It's Am I the Asshole? And I know I mentioned that I was going to do everything about marriage, and that's still true. It's just the perspective from the child that's being included in this marriage, okay? So the question is, am I the asshole for moving my money to a different account after my stepmother threatened me with taking it from me? 15-year-old female here. Stepmother and I obviously don't get along. She's been my stepmother for 1.5 years. The money that I have was in a joint account with me and my dad, but my stepmother had access to the debit card and PIN number. I earned this money myself selling handcrafted items. I broke curfew a few days ago, and she suggested that she is considering whether to take 20% of my money out of the account as a fine for punishment. And every time this happens, she will take 20% more until nothing is left. Pause, hold the phone. There is so much in that first paragraph that we can unpack, but let's go with the obvious. Out of all the punishments there are out there, such as grounding a child, I don't know, taking away a child's cell phone, taking away, what's it called, makeup, I don't know. Your first go-to was to go into your stepdaughter's account and take away her money. This isn't just money at like a regular job. This is money that she has created her own business, because she's stating that she is making handcrafted items and selling it. So she is her own business. She is marketing herself. And you decided that you kind of want to trample on that and take away her hard-earned cash. That to me is very troublesome. I feel as though if I was married to someone and that was the first thing that they suggested to my 15-year-old, I would be looking at them crazy. Like, my 15-year-old has a business here, which I think that is such a beautiful thing, that they have created their own business, you know, that they're using their mind to create something that they enjoy doing, and they're benefiting off of it, and you want to take that away from them until there is nothing left. Shame on you. Number two, why the hell does the wife even have the PIN code? That has nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. That to me, that's like, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But I don't know. Getting back into it, I was very upset about her threat and decided that I should move my money before she takes it away. I logged in online and transferred all of it to my big brother's account that night, and the next day we went to an open joint account with my brother and we moved the money there. So she doesn't have access to it anymore. So upon learning what happened, my dad and stepmom was furious with me and my brother. Stepmom is focused on the fact that I've taken away her means of punishment, and my dad is upset that I didn't trust him enough to protect my money. He insists he wouldn't have allowed it. Stepmom has banned me from seeing my brother. It's meaningless. I don't accept her authority to do this, and my dad says he's hurt that I didn't trust him enough. As a result, he doesn't trust me anymore. Am I the asshole for moving the money? Hell no. Honestly, I applaud this little girl, because she's doing shit that I probably would have never done at 15 years old. Number one, creating a business. Number two, having, moving fast to be like, oh shit, like let me go ahead and move this money out of this account so she can't have access to it. Like she's thinking on her feet. And as the dad, I would think, okay, yeah, it sucks that my daughter didn't trust me to handle that, but I'm actually kind of proud of her for being able to think that quick on her toes. But then I feel like the dad, he needs to ask himself, why doesn't my daughter trust me? What have I done, and how can I bridge the gap so we can get back on the same page? It's too easy. And why is my wife over here telling her that she's banned from seeing her brother? He's not focused on the big picture, and because outside looking in, again, because we're only going based off of the perspective of the 15-year-old, so I don't know if her father, actually had a conversation with his wife. So it's kind of hard to really give like a thorough input. But I would be quite alarmed based off of the current events of what my wife is, doing around the household, i.e. trying to threaten my daughter, taking it away, i.e. banning her for seeing her own sibling. I get that you can be hurt, but you can't let your hurt cloud your judgment from seeing the bigger picture here. Why isn't your daughter comfortable talking to you? Why is your wife comfortable giving out these type of demandments? Is that a word? Commandments? What am I trying to say? Why is the wife comfortable giving out these type of punishments? That's what I'm trying to say. Why is she comfortable with that? And again, outside looking in, I can't help but feel like, okay, because he's so focused on the wrong things, no wonder she feels as though that she has to act in accordance by herself. She probably feels as though it's her against her dad and her stepmom. It seems as though the dad and the stepmom, I don't want to say they're not on the same page, but it almost seems like he's allowing his wife to kind of run amok and do whatever she wants to do, and the daughter is suffering from it. Again, I get it if she broke curfew. I get it if you want to do some type of punishment. But to take away her money, that's not okay. To have access to a pen that doesn't have nothing to do with you, that's not okay. To threaten and tell your stepchild that she can't see her biological brother, that's not okay. And the fact that the dad doesn't see that, that's not okay. So how can he expect his daughter to trust him if he's making an ass? I don't want to say making an ass out of himself, but showing his ass. Let me say that. He's showing his ass and he's showing his character and ultimately letting her down. Like, you did all that and you did all that and what happened? Nothing happened. You're punishing me, saying you don't trust me because I acted on my own. What, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Okay, so this is the last subreddit. The subreddit is relationship advice. And it says, I, 28 female, pressured my husband, 26 male, into opening our marriage, and now he is divorcing me to be in a close relationship with his girlfriend. I don't know where to start. After we got married, I finally confessed to him that I'm kind of on a polyamorous side. It took me days to convince him that it's just not an excuse to cheat, that he can meet other people too. The first thing that comes to my mind is, why did you not put that out there in the beginning before you guys got married? That way that he could make a self-conscious effort to decide whether or not he wants to be a part of that. That's the only thing I have to say. Getting back into it. I wanted us to be one of those cool couples with zero jealousy and toxicity when it comes to the other people. Well, I should have seen it coming. He was suppressed for the first 6 months. I could see it on him. But I thought he'd be happy for me and hoped he realized that this is something good for both of us. After that phase, he became even colder with me, and my attempts to try to get him more involved into marriage were failing. Then finally, he started seeing someone. It was killing me to see him on the phone with her all the time. He then got a separate bed too. He no longer wanted to even sleep with me as his girlfriend wouldn't like it, and I felt horrible. A literal stranger was stealing my husband, and I couldn't do anything about it. Then he started sleeping at her place more and more often. And now it finally happened. He brought the divorce papers. He doesn't even want to speak to me anymore. I tried to tell him that we can close back our marriage if that's what he wants, but he doesn't want to even discuss anything. He just said he wants marriage and kids with her, and that is tearing me apart. What can I do to save my marriage and get the man that I love? If I knew this would happen, I would never even bring up the idea of opening anything. Again, if that's what you are on, why did you not allow your husband, before you guys even got married, the chance to tell you if that was something that he was even into. You waited. It almost seemed like you kind of plotted that. Like you trapped him. And you push your agenda onto him. And that's where I'm not against any polyamorous lifestyle. Like if everyone is in agreement. But what I'm not in agreement with, what I'm not ever going to be okay with, is something like this particular scenario. It really does sound like she tried to trap him and kind of get him on board with what she wanted. Like, this is something that you wanted and you wanted alone. And then when he finally stepped out and was like, all right, like, let me try this. He found someone that sounds like is willing to give him exactly what it is that he was wanting in the first place. And it wasn't what you were willing to give. So then you can't just be like, okay, let's close the marriage. Let's close it back up because things aren't going the way that you wanted. And again, if you aren't wanting a family, what's it called? A monogamous relationship, then don't be selfish and keep him. Let him go and find someone that will be on board with that. But you don't get to decide when you can and when you can't open and close the relationship. Because I'm not going to lie, it kind of sounds like because she realized she lost her husband, she's like, okay, let's close it again. That way you can come back to me and say things did work in her favor and he did go back. I feel as though she would try to pop that on him again, which is why I'm saying it's selfish. And you should just find someone that you are comfortable with, that is comfortable with being in a polyamorous relationship. There's an update though. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. As much as I regret my decision, I cannot go back in time now. I love that man and I wish I didn't take him for granted. I was just blinded by excitement and new experiences that open marriage brought us. Which is what? I'm not trying to be funny, but which is what? What did open marriage brought you guys? Because it really didn't sound like it was a you and a him thing. It really just sounded like it was a you thing. And that was something that you wanted. Anyways, I'd always come back to him while he stopped being intimate with me and even bought separate bed after he found a girlfriend. And soon he even moved into her place. We don't have any property we got together and I don't want anything from him in the long run either. This would be my last gift to him and this is the least I can do for him after all I did to him. Okay. And I guess there's another update. I pressured my now ex-husband to open marriage and it fell apart. He was at first suppressed. I was too much of a selfish asshole to do something about it, thinking he'll get over it. Then he stopped being intimate with me when he found someone and ended up divorcing me to be in a close relationship with her. So it's not beneficial. It won't bring you two closer together. Jealousy is normal human emotion that will always exist and no amount of communication will make up for that. Also, lost time with your spouse while you're getting it with someone else. And that terrible anxiety and feel of loss when you found out your partner isn't here because they are with someone else. Humans are not polyamorous. That is why monogamy became the norm. Polyamory is just an excuse for a life full of sin. There is no true love in it. And I ruined true love my ex-husband had for me just over that nonsense. I put my ex-husband through hell and I'm the one to take full blame for it because it's my fault. I am, however, relieved that he was never okay with me being with others or happy for it or wanted to hear details. Because if he was, then that'd make him cannot type this word, it removes my post. And we all know that these people need mental help. And I hate even having the idea of dating one. I mean, I'm dating someone with no pride, self-esteem, self-worth, or confidence. I honestly believe my ex-husband did the best choice by divorcing me after all the pain he was through. It took me a while to realize I just wanted to believe I'm not in the wrong. But as one friend told me, lay off the copium and face reality. Put yourself in his shoes. How you felt when he brought another bed is how he felt for 6 months of depression while you were screwing around. I sent last message to my ex-husband through a friend saying that he can unblock me on everything because I gave him my word I won't try to contact him anymore. And if he ever needs anything or is in any kind of trouble, just to let me know. No matter where I am and what I'm doing, I will leave it all just to help him out. Also, everyone, I am done with both poly nonsense and dating at least for 2 years. I want to get my shit together. And also, I will be single for at least 2 years in case he does ever contact me again. He is worth waiting for. I finally see that he is the best. And it would be unfair to date someone else while I still have feelings for my ex. I'm mind blown. I really don't know what else to say to all the other updates because it's a lot to process. It almost, in a way, it's like, okay, you kind of get it, and it's probably best that you stay single for a while to really think about what is it that you want. What else is it that you're needing from a relationship? But at the same time, it also seems like she really still doesn't get it by saying, okay, this is my last gift for divorcing a man that you put through hell. And then stating, okay, you can unblock me. I promise I won't reach out to you. Like, I don't know. There really isn't much to say. I'm flabbergasted. If the polyamorous community wants to have an input, please put your thoughts on here because this is kind of like new territory for me. The thing that did not sit well with me is the fact that she put that onto someone that was not comfortable with it. And that was her intentions from the beginning. Then she should have mentioned that, not waited until they said I do for that to happen. And then not get upset when she realized that he indeed did exactly what she wanted, which was to go out and find other people. So let me know what y'all think.